you, and when I defang the Viper, trust me, ain't gonna come from nowhere. Jeff, I already put you out. I don't even know why you're out here right now. Keep on talking. Hey, do me a favor. Why don't you act like this is an AA meeting and you shut your mouth while I'm sharing with the group? And Mustafa, you out here, a boy among men. And I'm gonna tell you what, you got lucky at the Rumble, so I know you're gonna come out here and run your mouth about how bad you are. But let me give you a little bit of a reality check. You see, Mustafa, you said that my eyes don't lie. Well, your eyes don't lie either, because last week, they were closed real tight when I put your simple ass to sleep. And AJ, hey man, be honest with me. How's our old girl Wendy doing?
Welcome back to the Clark Street Wrestling Podcast. It's me, Hafiz. With me as always is Devin. And we have a special guest with us today from the Dirty Heelz Podcast. We have the man, the myth, the legend, Kofi Weedston. Man, thank you so much for being with us, man. How you feeling?
Definitely. Your boy in here. One half of the Dirty Heelz. Kofi Weedston. You know what it is, man. All of them in the building, man. All the way to Chicago, man. Come on, man.
Hey, man.
You know, we always got to
put up when killers get together.
I saw it, man. Hell yeah. Love it,
you know,
man.
we always got to work on our New York and Chicago relationship, man. So that's what's up.
Oh, man. So, yeah, man, we're going to have some fun here on the podcast today. We're going to be talking a bit about TLC. Then we'll bounce around a little bit. I mean, you know, me and Devin, we always typically, like, we have an idea. We have a plan in motion. But then, you know, the conversation sometimes just, it goes all over. So who knows what we'll be talking about.
Right. You might detour.
Exactly. But before we get started with TLC, Kofi, like, tell the people a little bit about yourself, man. Like, just how you got into wrestling, became a wrestling fan, and then just, you know, just where you're at with wrestling in general in terms of, like, you know, favorites to watch and all that. So just give us a little bit of background on you.
Basically, I've been watching wrestling since a little kid, you know, like every other little boy. I basically got back into it watching the indie scene, man. More the indie scene, dealing with my brother, good brother Bo, man. More the indie scene. We started going to more independent wrestling events. So I got more back into it watching that. And you know, Kofi Kingston is probably my favorite wrestler, hence the name. Dirty Heelz. We do love Austin Aries, Bobby Bobby Roode. So, you know, that's basically it, man. You know, but I can't pinpoint it, man. But, you know, I can't even pinpoint who my favorite is. But, you know, I love Kofi Kingston. I could definitely put that there.
So with you saying that, I got to ask. So when Kofi Kingston had Kofi Mania going on, right? Like that road to Kofi Mania. Like, what was that like for you then as a huge Kofi Kingston fan?
Oh, tears.
I was happy. I held my toys up. I had my shirt on. I had the whole costume on. I had my tights on. You know, I wore my whole Halloween costume that day. Oh, I was with it. I love Kofi Kingston. I love Kofi Kingston. He's probably one of my favorite wrestlers. Don't get me wrong. I love a whole bunch. I love Randy Orton. I definitely love Randy Orton. I love Chris Jericho is probably my number one, actually.
Oh, okay.
Oh, number one favorite.
Favorite wrestler. You know, Kofi Kingston goes down when it comes to Chris Jericho. He's probably my number one favorite wrestler of all time. Just because of the way he revamps himself. I don't give a fuck how he looks. I don't black Twitter. I think that's it, man. You know, that's really those are probably my number ones. You know, if I had to give someone to a match to look at, I would probably give it one of these guys. You know.
What would be the match then? Like, so what would be your match? What was your match that like got you into wrestling and say this is my favorite wrestler? Like you said, you know, like Chris Jericho.
See, what got me into wrestling was probably Ultimate Warrior. Ultimate Warrior and Macho Man, probably, because Ultimate Warrior running to the ring really had me. You know what I'm saying? Just running to the ring and grabbing the ring. So like
that energy.
Let me be honest. Before everybody, Ultimate Warrior is definitely my number one. He's the person who got me into watching it. It was nobody else. It was between him and I'm gonna say Macho Man. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of respect for him.
Because those, like my uncle, my uncle was the one who watched wrestling, so he's the one who got me into it. So shout out to him, you know. But that's probably what got me into it. But with Kofi Kingston, I always liked Kofi. And I always, when the New Day first started, I always liked it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yo, y'all don't understand. And then everybody was like, nah, trash. And I kept feeding it. I was like, yo, they gonna pop. And then once they changed their colors to the colorful things and they popped, I was like, yo, I told you, bro. I told you.
So even during like when people were saying like, New Day sucks. Like you were there, you were like, no. Like I see what they're trying to do. Like I'm with it. I'm sticking with it through and through. Like,
like I see the plan.
Because, like, what brought me into it was like I didn't really know who Xavier Woods was, and then I knew who Big E was, and I know Kofi. Right. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And at first, I was a little skeptical. I'm not gonna say myself. I was, because they had the choir and all that. And I was a little skeptical. I was like, what is this? But then once it foiled, then they got their plan, man. I got every toy. I got every costume. I got everything. Everything. And I got New Day.
Man, respect, man. Yeah, man. I mean, you just named a couple people we're gonna be talking about a little bit in this episode too, man. Because a lot of stuff went down for a New Day member, Big E specifically. So we'll talk about that a little bit here. It's funny too. You mentioned Macho Man. See, Macho Man, Randy Savage. I was just talking to somebody the other day, and I think of all the old school wrestlers, I know that Hulk Hogan, got a lot of props for being like the guy, the man, like the Stone Cold Steve Austin of that era. But for me, like Macho Man, I feel like that's the guy that if I look at the old school wrestlers, like from that era, he's the one that I feel stuck with me the most. Just something about his personality and just like the way he was and the voice, like, ooh, yeah, when Miss Elizabeth, and the character. Yeah, what's that again?
Macho Man was the full package. Macho Man, he had promos. Everything. He could wrestle.
Yes. He could wrestle.
Yes, he had Miss Elizabeth. Like.
And he had the good music.
Yes.
So like you knew when Macho Man was coming. You saw when Macho Man was coming. You knew he had Miss Elizabeth. You dig into the persona and the swag of Macho Man.
Yeah.
So like that's what got me into Macho Man, because like he came out, you heard the music,
Yep.
You knew that was it. Like I don't think you could name a music before then that you knew, like straight up, like that you knew, hey, this guy's coming out every time.
Yeah.
I think Macho Man was probably one of the first guys that had that persona that he established his music. Like this is it.
Yeah.
So every time you heard it, it was Macho Man. Like,
Yeah.
Then his gear, the way he talked on the mic, like everything about Macho Man.
No one can talk like him on the mic, man.
You can't deny Macho Man. And then he did Spider-Man.
And then
I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
Oh, man. Phone call is ready. Dude, man. It's great. He was awesome. He was awesome, man. Dude, so gosh, well, I guess you want to just jump into this because it's we're having fun and you're already making me think about Big E and just some of the things we're talking about the New Day. So I kind of, like I said, we're gonna bounce around a little bit. Let's jump into that. Let's just jump into this awesome surprise. At least for some. I mean, there were some hints that something might be happening on social media. They were saying I caught somewhere they said, "Oh, look out for a title change on SmackDown." And I said, So, and then right off the bat, they started SmackDown with Roman versus Kevin Owens. I'm like, this ain't it. This ain't it. What's that again?
I thought it was I thought Roman fucking was awesome. Mm-hmm. And I'm not even a Roman Reigns, but I thought like what's crazy is like I'm down south, so I accidentally caught it, changing the channels, and they don't have cable too much down here where I was at. So You know what I mean? So I called it, and Roman was actually fucking great. The way he walked out the ring, the way
Devin, you hearing this? You hearing this?
Tribal Chief. Tribal Chief.
I can't even be mad at it. Like,
man.
I actually liked it. I love every bit of Roman Reigns last night. Like, I can't be mad at Roman, man. Like, I love everything they're doing. Actually, like I said, he made me a fan. I wasn't a Roman fan at first. Like, because they kept selling it to me with the wrong storyline.
Yep.
But now they got the right storyline. Jey Uso did the right thing. So it all made sense for me.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah. No, you for me, I mean, I think for a lot of fans, you know, we were just, he was getting force fed to us, you know, all those years. You know, he was the baby face. We were like, just turn him, and Vince wouldn't turn him. We're like, why? And to this day, I'm still upset. Even as good as he's doing right now, to me, every time he,
because it just proves the point.
Exactly.
He should have been doing this the whole time. He should have been doing this the whole fucking time.
Since he dropped the Undertaker.
Dude,
that would have been the perfect time to do it.
So me and my brother were just talking about this. Imagine that match where what he did to Jey Uso, where he grabbed his head and was looking at the camera. He's like, "Where's my camera?" He was saying, "I'm the boss. I'm the chief. I'm the one that." What if he would have done that to the Undertaker? Could you imagine? If he just turned heel right then and there?
Like, what's the camera? What's the camera? He got the Undertaker. Oh my God.
You gotta protect the Undertaker.
Right.
You do,
You
but
can't call
man,
him to that, but you can do some of that.
Just to see the picture of that.
Man.
Yeah, it would have been fire. But I don't think they think long term. I don't think they think different storylines. I don't think they know how to close and start a storyline per se. Because there's different ways you could go with storylines. Like, even though you could be the Undertaker, there's still ways you could bring them back.
Yeah.
You know, it's the Undertaker. You can always bury the Undertaker and bring him the fuck back. It's the Undertaker.
Right.
It's nothing to bury the Undertaker. He gets fucking buried. That's his fucking job.
They did this before, man. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bury him. Fuck it. He can always get buried and come back. It's always fine.
He can take it, man. He can take it. His legacy actually can take it. And this is how you build megastars.
Yeah.
And that's the facts when it comes to the Undertaker. Like, they kind of fucked up his legacy when it came to the whole Roman Reigns and beating
Brock Lesnar. The Brock Lesnar one, I think, really was like, all right. Should it have been him?
No, I just think he could have been one person on the team.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Why can't I be undefeated, bro?
Right. If anybody, you know, for Undertaker, I mean, I don't have a problem with him eventually having that streak broken, but, you know, just Shawn Michaels, like the way that that storyline, you know, I feel like that was the guy that I thought, if anybody, at the end of the day, would have been him to beat him and like retire him that way. Or when Triple H and Shawn kind of worked together in that Hell in a Cell matchup, I was like, oh, this is it. That
got everybody right there.
See, but that made sense.
Mm-hmm.
The Brock Lesnar thing didn't make sense because now look at it. Right. Now look at the right. You can't book Brock Lesnar as this guy who defeated the Undertaker anymore because he's not even fucking there. No one even gives a fuck.
Right.
One, you retire the Undertaker. Two, no one even gives a fuck about Brock Lesnar when he was there or when he wasn't there. Because he was there and he wasn't. So no, that made no sense for me.
Right.
You know I'm saying absolutely none. But
100%.
We talking Big E.
Yeah, so that's where we're getting to. So you know, the title it was hinting at whatever social media. So they started out with the Roman matchup, he retains. Then you had the women's tag team matchup, and Charlotte and Asuka retain. Then it gets to the main event, and I'm like, this is gonna happen. I'm just cheesing. I'm like, oh yeah, this is the night. You know, Big E's in the back. He's getting ready. You know, he does his entrance. You know, he's got the powder. It's a lumberjack match. Sammy's pissed. I'm like, oh, I don't even care. The writing's on the wall is predictable. I'm loving it. You know, when they have the matchup, he tries to escape. You know, tries to cause a ruckus amongst all the lumberjacks. You know, he's crawling away. Apollo ran like he was playing football. Just sprinted up the ramp and tackled this dude. He said, not today. Ran up there, grabbed him. You had the Street Profits and him all carrying Sami Zayn back. Then Big E just took care of business, big ending. 1, 2, 3. Big E ends the year as the new Intercontinental Champion.
Yes.
Wow, man. Wow. So yeah, man. Dude.
I don't should be happy about it.
Wait, what? We shouldn't be happy.
You're not too happy?
Yeah, it was like, hey, nigga, here you go.
Well,
everybody else wants to have it. Here you go, nigga.
Well, okay, so talk more about that. Like, you think it's just like a pity thing, or?
Yeah, it was a pity thing for me. It was like, yo, it was so. I just knew it was gonna happen. It was
predictable.
Yeah,
it was predictable. Yeah.
It was so predictable. I turned it off and was like, yo, this is gonna happen. Then I turned it back on, and that happened.
Really? Okay.
But sometimes predictability is a bad thing though, because AEW does it too.
It's a terrible thing, man. If I could predict a movie, why would I want to watch it?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I guess for me, it was more about like I wanted Big E. Like, where was all this going? You know, because for a minute there, it seemed like Big E kind of disappeared, even though it looked like they were giving him a push, and then he disappeared, and then the Paul Heyman thing.
I think for me, it wasn't no build up to it. It could have been a build. I mean, for him and Sami Zayn, it could have been a better build up. Really, it could have been a better build up. It was like a touch and go situation with them. And then it was for me, they were trying to figure out Big E. They're trying to figure out. I do like his entrance music. I do like his new gear. But for me, it was like more of like a contingency thing. Like, yo, all right, man, you know, we kind of
to him.
We kind of
okay.
You don't see long-term booking for him. Like, this is his road to maybe face the Tribal Chief for SummerSlam, but let him get an IC title run real quick in there while the Tribal Chief is busy.
I don't see him doing that because of Kofi Kingston's run.
It'd be too much of the same thing.
Yes. You know, I think they would have to. I just think they won't.
See, I came in here happy, man, and now you bringing me down like.
Don't get me wrong, I'm happy but for me, it's always what's next, what's afterwards.
True, long term.
Because today he's like a title, but then tomorrow he'll be facing Baron Corbin.
But that's what it's gonna have to be though. Like, that's what we got. Like, he's gonna be going through the mid card, probably go Sami Zayn again, and then here we go with Baron Corbin. Yeah. He's gonna go through that whole mid card, man.
Yeah. He's gonna go through the whole mid card, but who in the mid card is honestly worth, other than Shinsuke, Solo is worth fighting Big E solo. Like, let's be honest,
man. Yeah, because right off the bat, I'm thinking there's gonna be a rematch with Sami Zayn. They're gonna do that. Like, that's
right. They're gonna run that back.
But I think if Shinsuke was a solo wrestler or Cesaro was a solo wrestler, it would be a lot better.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You have Baron Corbin. You have
as a heel. I think that's it. As a heel, I think that's it. Like solo, like as a solo heel, not in a tag team. Because Shinsuke and Cesaro, that would make sense. But there's nobody else really. Because even Dolph and Robert Roode are both. You know, in that tag team
they're
now,
a tag team now. They wear the same gear now. They are a tag team.
If they like the tag, see, that's the problem with WWE right there. The tag team division enters the solo division, which doesn't make sense because, like, they don't have enough people for a tag team division, nor do they have enough people for a solo division. So it just doesn't make any sense for me. Yeah. For the most part, for me, WWE doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Like, I'll cut the shit off and just don't care.
Hey, man, you know, I respect it. Like I said, I came in here, I was thinking, okay,
I'm happy for Big E. I'm definitely happy for Big E. But for me, what's next?
It's kind of like, you're still holding. Like, go ahead.
I do see long-term wise for Big E because I was talking about this on the podcast a few episodes ago about, you know, long-term wise for Big E. I could see him actually face the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns next year, sometime around the summer.
Did you see him winning?
Winning? I don't know, man, because Roman didn't have the belt for at that shit. I ain't seen. They ain't had me a couple of times with Kevin Owens for TLCs. Like, we'll talk about that later, but you know, maybe man, all depends how the build is, bro. For with Big E, I can believe it because his size and then and it all depends how he's going to be booked too, man.
See, but the thing that makes it good is we talking about it.
Yeah. It's a conversation. People are actually talking about Big E.
Talking about it. And we do want to see Big E versus Roman Reigns. But for me, I don't see them letting go of Roman Reigns because he's our prize winner right now. He's doing so good as a heel.
Oh, yeah, as a heel.
That's true.
If they build it up for a year, then I don't know. See, because I was actually going for Big E to win the Royal Rumble. Rather than win the Intercontinental title for me.
I don't know. Oh, that's out the bag now.
Yeah, right now. Yeah, because what just happened. Yeah.
All right. He got the belt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. DB might get it now.
No, he's not going to win that. Daniel Bryan's not winning the Royal Rumble. No. I love Daniel Bryan. That's not happening. No, Sami Zayn and him already talking to each other. Nah. One of them, like Sami Zayn's going to be the reason why he gets out of there probably.
Gets out, yeah.
Yeah. They kind of threw that. That's a little predictable seeing that. Yeah, man. I mean, I think long term for Big E, you know, that it all depends, right? Because we can, like Devin, you could say like you see it, but I think the problem is, does Vince see it? You know, does the WWE see what we see? Because of course, Big E could be champion, Big E could be Roman Reigns, but do they really believe in Big E like that? You know, because, you know, Kofi, to your point, I mean, this seemed to come out of nowhere. You know, maybe, okay, end of the year, let's end with something big, see what that does to the ratings, you know, just kind of like give the fans this one thing to make them tune in, you know, to the next SmackDown. But are they really invested in him, or is it just this thing that they just gave us, you know, to try to, like, I don't know, spice things up a little bit for ratings? You know, you bring up some valid points.
I think it's more the ratings, but it's hard to say when it comes to them.
Yeah.
Because today he'll have the title and tomorrow he can lose.
It could be gone immediately.
They like to flip-flop with the IC title a lot, bro.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Or just not be on television.
Yeah, they could take him off. But, you know, to Kofi's point about bringing that up about, you know, if they just giving him the title as a courtesy, this is about to be answered right here. You know, all depends how he's booked for his IC title run.
Yep.
All depends let's see if they care.
Yep. 100%. 100%.
It's just ironic they took the New Day titles away and they gave him a title.
Oh man, that one.
How poetic,
dude.
He's saying it. It's ironic.
It is.
It is.
Well, you know what? Let's jump into it, man. Let's talk TLC and let's just get right into, you know, some of these matches. So, and you know, full disclosure for predictions, it was kind of interesting for that one specifically because that was the only one that me and Devin disagreed on. Everything else we were on the same page with predictions, but.
Oh, no. Hurt Business. We disagreed on that.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's the only one we disagreed on.
Okay,
Everything else we're on the same page.
Yeah.
But the Hurt Business versus New Day, we disagreed. So
yeah. Again.
I think we disagreed too. Me and Good disagreed too.
You guys disagree? Who? Okay, so who'd you pick?
Good Brother Bo was going Hurt Business. You know I was going New Day.
Oh, see, yeah. No, me too. I went with the New Day. Devin went with Hurt Business.
Hurt Business.
You and Good Brother.
Yeah. Y'all got that one right because Hurt Business are the new Raw Tag Team Champions, beating the New Day at TLC. Yeah, man, this was because so my theory on this whole thing was that the Hurt Business they're showing some issues a little bit with Cedric specifically. That this man is basically like he's getting real cocky or confident. I don't know the way, however you want to look at it, but he's feeling himself. You know, like he's really feeling himself right now, and they notice it. It's not just it just happening. Like they're looking at him like, is he all right? Like what's this dude doing? Get down there, man. Get down from there.
He's a winner now.
Yeah, he's winning, so he's feeling good. He's like, man, I don't know.
Oh, yes.
I've never felt this before in WWE, so I'm going to enjoy it. Basically, it's what it is. So he's like, I'm the man. It's my show. But yeah, man, so I thought, okay, him and Shelton, because he had won all the matches leading up to that. Shelton lost, And even at the end of this matchup, Shelton was taking care of business. And, Cedric said, you know what? I'm going to tag myself in.
No suit for you, sir.
I'm going to make sure we win this because I don't trust you. Like, that's how I took it.
I thought it was pretty dope. He was like, he was like a dirty teammate without being a dirty teammate.
Right.
You get what I mean? Like, he wanted to win just as much as you, but you didn't know how much he wanted that win.
Yeah.
He was willing to do everything
whatever it took
for that win.
You're right.
So I can't be mad at him for being that type of teammate.
Yeah, because we're champs. What he did, it worked. It was successful. So you can't even be mad. So yeah, man.
Yeah, y'all like actually like Cedric Alexander a lot better than.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like his personality, it's coming through. Yeah.
Yeah,
dude,
you
man.
see it oozing.
Yeah,
he wearing the shoes now. You see it.
Yep.
He's oozing charisma, bro. It's crazy. Like, man, how he used to start in 205.
He wouldn't even
205 Live. He was just kind of quiet, but now,
he wouldn't talk before. You're right. Yeah, dude. Yeah,
now he talking that shit on the mic. He cutting them off.
And it's crazy because
you see Bobby Lashley like,
bro, Bobby, the way he gave this man a look, he gave this man a slight look like, bro, I might have to check him. I might have to check him. I might have to get our boy. It's gonna go down in the future.
Right. This dude about.
So his swag is different, man, but I love it, man. So, I'm a big New Day fan. I'm forever. New Day's gonna be forever one of my greatest tag teams.
Yes.
But like, I will never shy away from what's happening now.
Yeah.
And what's gonna happen. And if the Hurt Business is gonna be great, I gotta just jump on that board and follow that wave. I can't be one of those guys to be like, nah, I don't like him. No, let's follow that wave. Let's see what happened, bro. Something great can happen because of this. And they the only faction right now in WWE in the last, I don't know.
It's hard to even since
the inception of Shield when they used to look that strong. Is that the last strong faction?
That was like what, 10?
Yeah, when they first start. I mean, it's probably
2012, right? 2012 for the Shield.
Wow.
Since we saw something like that, yeah.
And then not even that. It's probably the only black faction I've seen in WWE since
the Nation. It's probably since
Nation,
the Nation,
bro.
Yeah,
since
the
Nation.
90s. Like, late
and
90s.
These guys are actually stronger than the Nation.
Oh yeah,
yes,
they are. And I'm a Rock fan. I love the Rock, but Mark Henry, D'Lo Brown, those guys were cool, but they weren't this, unfortunately. So one of the things that got me to
the Nation changed up like 4 or 5 times.
Man,
the Nation also changed up like 4 or 5 times. I was like, no disrespect. Guys in there. So
yeah, like it's. I mean, this group they're kind of like that 4 Horsemen vibe. Like how with Ric Flair and Arn Anderson. Like those just suited up or even Evolution. You could go to that. Like something more recent. They have that, and to see that, with these dudes, man, it's just like, all right. WWE, they're actually giving you guys the ball and letting y'all run with it. And like you said, as a fan,
doing it right.
Let me just enjoy it. Let me just have a good time with this, man, because it's great. So,
hats off to MVP for he built this faction, bro. We saw it.
Yeah,
he built this faction from the ground.
He told Bobby, you need to get away from Lana. You need to get away right off the bat. Cedric, let's get you. You were Ricochet, but the man calls himself the one and only. And you guys are in a tag team. Like that's a problem.
Gave this man weekly beatings to figure it out, bro. Gave this man weekly beatings, bro. Like, nah, you ain't getting the picture. You don't understand yet.
Right.
Beat him again.
Dude. Yeah.
Get down.
Dude, and Shelton wasn't even on television before he got with them, man. Like, he was gone. Like, it was like, oh, Shelton's still in the company? What? Man. Dude.
Can I ask a question about it, though?
Yeah.
Does that mean Ricochet should be over TV? Because how good Ricochet? Because I asked this.
Man,
How good is Ricochet? Wait. How good is Ricochet compared to Mustafa Ali, Cedric Alexander? How good? Like, do you play him above them or do you play him below them?
Oh,
like,
man.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right.
You
So
know what? When they was actually teasing, when they was actually teasing with us about Cedric actually might join the Hurt faction, I went with the swerve. I'm like, what if Ricochet joined? I thought that might be a hotter choice to go with Ricochet because he needed. Yeah. He needs the character change. He needs to, because right now he's just flat as hell, and he can go with this and send him straight to the moon.
I went with the swerve. I said, "Yo, Ricochet gonna join." I hope Ricochet join. Alexander joined, and I kind of was upset. Like, wow. I like the storyline and I like the swerve they threw me.
Yeah.
I do, but I kind of was like, damn. I like Ricochet better as a wrestler.
Yeah. No, same for me.
Because his wrestling is cocky, bro.
In ring. In ring, you can't beat like Ricochet to me is the best of those three in ring. On the mic, he's probably the weakest of those three. You know, you would have to put, like, for me, I put right now Cedric's number one, and then Ali, and then Ricochet. Ricochet's worked on it. You know, he's gotten a little bit better.
Yeah.
But
he got a little bit better. I mean, I think if he would have been part of the Hurt faction, I think MVP would have helped him out a lot, bro. Just it would have been night and day.
But the problem begins that I don't think the Hurt Business writes they shit. I think MVP writes they shit, or MVP go over that shit with them. Whereas everybody else probably gets handed a script and be like, all right, this is what you got to say. Work on that shit. See you later.
Yeah. I mean, things like the chief hurt officer, you know, and like the business is good, like all that stuff. Like Vince isn't coming up with that, man. Like that's
hell no. Like
that's MVP,
man.
That's MVP.
That's MVP. Yeah. He's coming up with that lingo.
Yeah. Just 100%, man. So I got a lot of respect for MVP and what he's doing, you know, with the Hurt faction, the Hurt Business, draped in gold now, man. Bobby, Cedric, and Shelton, them posing with all the belts. I was like, wow,
fire,
yeah,
man,
dude, man. So much respect.
Quick question. So, what do you guys think? With Cedric, will he be the new captain? Will he take over? Will he be like The Rock, or how he took over the, nation? How Farouk started as the leader, but Rock, he took over that shit, giving Farouk, pictures of himself and all of that type of shit. I can see Cedric do the same thing because this dude's getting big headed, bro. He's getting pins and he's getting wins.
He would be able to do that if he had the United States title for me.
That's true. If
he can't the United States title, he would be able to talk that shit and walk that shit, you know what I mean? But I think he just gonna be the excited kid.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Just
if somehow, some way, he got that United States championship, like even in a battle royal kind of scenario, something like that.
Yeah.
And
that would make
Bobby
sense.
gets eliminated and Cedric wins and he's U.S. champion. Uh-oh. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'd love to see that.
I would love it.
Dude.
I definitely would love it. But I don't want to see the Hurt Business break up either for a while. So
No.
I always said, I don't want to see the Hurt Business split up, but I wouldn't mind, like I said before, a change of leadership though. See how that would look.
Yeah. Down the road.
Oh, man.
Down the road.
See, I didn't want to see the I didn't want to see the damn, I'm fucking hot. My bad.
It's all good, bro.
It's all good.
Must be that good. I've been there a couple of times, straight stuck mode.
Yeah, I haven't stuck. I didn't want to see the New Day break up. It happened.
So, okay, that brings up a question actually for me. With the way this is going, so Paul Heyman, had the conversation with Big E during Talking Smack, saying like you will only reach the heights that you could, that your potential, if you separate yourself from the New Day completely. Now, how do you feel about that statement? Do you think he was right? Do you think, well, Kofi did it, so why can't Big E? I mean, you kind of answered this a little bit earlier on with how you feel about the two runs, respectively. But what do you think he needs to separate himself completely, change everything, and just?
So I think that also gets back to like, let me see, like skepticism of a person. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they wear all of these loud clothes and they colorful and they dance, they can't make it to this point because I wear this because I have this and I have that. That's what that show told me for that segment, bro. Because you got because they throwing pancakes, because they got the most merch, because that's all that's showing me. Like, you're telling him to be an individual when he's already an individual of a whole fucking conglomerate, of a whole one of the fucking best tag teams ever. So I kind of was like disrespected behind that. Like, how you trying to tell me to be the man? I'm already the man over here. Like, because Roman is, I've been the man.
I'm laughing. I'm smiling because I agree with you. And Devin was on the other side of the conversation.
Right
but
now,
I'm with
bro.
you speaking my language right now, man. I was listening to Paul Heyman. I was like, I don't believe it, man. Like, I'm not hearing what this guy's saying. I understand, like, okay, if with the Shield a little bit, like, they were kind of all groomed to be separate anyway, and that group, it was like who for what it was, but you could tell Roman and Seth and Dean, now Jon Moxley, they were trying to build them up individually, and they were destined to break up. With the New Day, we've seen Big E before the New Day, and we actually saw the most of his personality come out when he was in the New Day, not before the New Day. So, to tell him that, okay, because he's popular now because of that bond that the New Day had, and just how, much fun they had, and we just relate and like just love what they're doing as they are now. So to tell Big E he needs to change what got him, it's like, come on, man. Like, what are you talking about, Paul? Like, maybe that works. Again, Roman Reigns, okay, I get it. But with Big E, like, Big E's already.
It was mad disrespect to say that to Big E when he was with New Day, right? And they were the #1 merch sellers.
Yeah.
When Roman Reigns couldn't get a storyline.
You dropping facts right now, man, and I'm just I wasn't even going there with like merch and all that. You taking it to like dollars, like we're talking dollars right now.
You want to list stacks and facts. I can't go back stacks and facts. You will hear no rebuke from me from that,
man.
Yeah,
up, down. It get more views in a fucking Roman Reigns match.
Yes,
like if you talking numbers, the New Day put numbers on. So to me, they have no other choice but to put a belt on one of them.
Yep.
If one New Day member lose a belt, somebody got to have that belt, bro.
Yep.
Because they bring that money in.
Yep.
They probably like top 5 merch sellers, if not top 3.
Yep.
The Fiend #1. New Day probably still like number 3 or 4, 2 or 3.
I'm not even trying to make you a point, but I do see it because if you look at Big E's gear, it's still similar to New Day's, even though it's still like his, the whole, Big E is still similar to the whole New Day design though, like his gear. So I can see your point on that.
You go to WWE right now, you type in Big E, and you go under it. I bet you it'd be like related results, and then it's still gonna say New Day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, oh, man. You just went straight to dollars, and that's probably the best point you can make right there. Like, come on, man.
The only person that I know is buying ahead of the table the shirt. It's probably like, is this...
Devin, you Devin.
What's wrong with me supporting my tribal chief, man, putting in work, bro? You know what I'm saying? I never bought a Roman Reigns merch in my entire existence. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta, praise this man of how good he's doing. So I must I must praise him with the head of the table now. Don't hate on me.
He is ahead of the table. He's doing his thing.
He is. He's putting in work.
Never be, bro. Definitely.
Oh man, I had that. That was great, man. That whole conversation right there was just, oh man, love it. All right, so let's keep going with the show here, man. So we had, let's start off with the first match of the night, man. The TLC championship matchup for the WWE Championship, Drew McIntyre versus AJ Styles. And then we did have an appearance from the Money in the Bank. The Miz showed up. It's funny, too, because on Raw, Miz, he was all upset. But then he said, you know what? John Morrison said, I apologize because, I cashed in for you. And he's like, oh, wait. Yeah, you did cash in for me. I'm the one that's supposed to cash in, and he's trying to find this loophole. And when I was thinking about it, I was like, damn, he might have a point.
Yep.
Use it.
Yeah, because he was just like, when Miz said, I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Like,
yeah, this can actually work. He can get his his money in the bank. Yeah.
Dude, man. So
I was kind of upset that he lost the Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
I already knew they wasn't going to let Drew McIntyre lose.
No. Not the end of the year like this, no.
Champ, you got to have a strong champ. There's no fans right now, so you got to keep him. I understand that. You got to keep your champ strong.
Yeah.
So I figured they threw AJ Styles in it because AJ Styles is one of the best. It was going to be a great match.
Right.
We're going to the situation when it comes to AJ Styles. So I figured, they threw him in that match just to be a great match. I felt the Money in the Bank, to me, was a lost cause from the gate.
They had no idea what they were doing with that. They had no idea.
It was
yeah.
I felt when Otis got it, he should have. I hate to digress. No,
that's cool.
But I think when Otis got it, he should have used it for a tag team type of thing.
If he would have used that, still would have been a waste. Though.
But at least, that would have
made more sense.
It would have made sense.
I hear you. At least he's using it for that. Yeah.
Because for him to lose it, and it's like
that would have made a lot more sense than Otis losing this and going to court and doing all of this. Oh shit! One of my shit went.
Let's keep going. The point he's making, with the Otis with the tag teams, I feel like it's interesting because with if he would have cashed in and for the tag team titles, at least one, Tucker would still have, he'd still be on television. He'd still still with the company? I don't even know. So you would have had Heavy Machinery as champions. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if this would have led into, because at this point, remind me again, Devin. Was Mandy with Otis when Otis won the Money in the Bank already, or he was already okay? Yeah. All right, that was after.
Yep, because I remember Mandy was celebrating. Yeah, he had his girl. He had the cake. Yeah, I remember that whole thing.
Yeah, so just I just feel like it would have been good for him to use it in some way versus lose it to the Miz, and then he doesn't even care. It's like it never happened. Now with him with the Miz, where they're on. They're on two different shows right now. He's doing this whole thing with Chad Gable, getting trained. Miz is here, fighting for the title. It's just, wait, what? If I'm Otis, I'm pissed. I'm like, hold on, man.
You got my girl over there. I lost my case.
Cost me my girl. You cost me the Money in the Bank, and I'm over here on SmackDown doing nothing. What the fuck just happened? I'm pissed. I'm talking to somebody like, hey. I need to get over to Raw. I don't even care if I'm on the roster. I'm going to Raw.
Right.
Use the whatever the quarterly thing.
Yeah, nobody pays attention to that rule anyway.
Wild card rule. Otis be like, I'm bringing
write me in. Right.
Try to stop me. So yeah, man. And then so the Miz, to that point too, of the Miz losing. So for this matchup, just for a little bit of context here, we had the Miz cash in during the match to make it a triple threat. At the end of it ended up being Drew McIntyre grabbed the title, ended up winning.
Oh, whoa.
What's up?
bro.
What's up?
My God, that just caught me off guard.
What?
Brodie Lee passed away.
What?
Brodie Lee passed away, bro.
What?
Brodie Lee passed away. My Twitter's blowing up. I was just looking at it and I'm like, what the hell?
What?
Yeah, retweeted from Tony Khan, retweeted from Russell Talk. It's just from everybody, bro.
Damn. Brodie Lee? Wow.
Yeah. Tony Khan, I'm devastated by the loss of Jon Huber, known to fans as Mr. Brodie Lee, formerly Luke Harper. Jon was a great man. His family came first. His loving wife Amanda and their sons Brodie and Nolan. God damn. He loved wrestling and was great at it. He loved you fans. Please keep him in your hearts. Oh my God.
Wow. That came out of nowhere. That's crazy.
Yeah,
but what did they say cause? Like, was he sick?
I don't know, man. They didn't put any cause.
He's been on television for a while, so maybe he was dealing with something.
for at least now that gets me thinking. Maybe he was dealing with an ailment that we just didn't know.
Yeah. Wow.
Like, yeah, man. It's cause that definitely caught me off guard, bro.
Yeah, that's just what?
Holy shit. Wow.
That is insane. 41 of non-COVID.
Yeah, you see it?
Disease.
You see it in your feed now?
Yeah.
Was it a lung disease, they said?
Lung disease is what I'm seeing on one. The wrestling world mourns the death of Brodie Lee. Jon Huber, AEW wrestler known as Brodie Lee. At ESPN, it's got it too. Yeah, lung issue. Yeah, his wife Amanda wrote Saturday on Instagram. 41 Lee wrestler. No words can express the love I feel or how broken I am right now. He passed surrounded by loved ones after hard-fought battle with a non-COVID related lung issue. The Mayo Clinic is literally the best team of doctors and nurses in the world who surrounded me with constant love. Huber was exceptionally respected and beloved in every way, a fierce and captivating talent, a thoughtful mentor, and simply a very kind soul. Wow. Damn.
Yeah, man. Fuck.
Wow, his children, Brodie and Nolan.
Yeah, he got 2 sons.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. It's because you saw my reaction.
I was like, all right.
I was like froze, bro. I was trying to get my thoughts out. You was trying to say what's going on, but I'm like, I'm just trying to fathom what I'm reading, bro.
Right.
Because
it doesn't seem real when you
right.
Like when you said it out loud.
I was about someone else,
because again, we didn't hear anything about him being sick or anything. It's just like
nothing, man. He was dealing with some type of illness or anything like
nothing.
that.
No warning. Yeah. Just
almost like Chadwick Bosewick, man. How we didn't hear anything about the cancer and Man,
I know some people had saw pictures of him on social media of him being skinny. I hadn't seen that. I hadn't seen any of that. I just heard it one day and I was just like, what are people talking about? Like, and then to see it, it's like, damn. So like with this is because again, he's off television. I'm thinking, oh, okay, maybe he's injured, and he's healing up, and then to hear, I mean, he's passed, he died. Like what? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. That sucks. That hurts.
Wow.
It's just he was doing great in AEW, man. I figured he was just taking a break, just because the heart, absent makes the heart grow, makes the heart grow fonder, and then all of a sudden just to get hit with this shit, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, man.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just another crazy blow with this year, man. 2020 has just
Fucking
been
2020, man.
Been awful. Like, and you know, it's. I mean, things happen. You know, people pass and and die every year, but it's just I don't know. That's just this year. I just feel like with Kobe, and everything going on, and then you said Chadwick Boseman, and this, and I just
We had Tiny
Debo recently. Like, I just man, I don't know. Pat Patterson recently too.
Pat Patterson too, man.
Big one for me. That dude. I have so much respect for him. It's crazy. It's crazy. Just, and everyone's talking about, bring on 2021, man. I want this year to be over with, but it's just, I don't know. It's just that doesn't fix everything too. It's just
no, it doesn't, man. It's just all I can say is just spend your time with your loved ones, man.
Seriously, you just never know.
Make your moments count.
Yeah.
All right, because you just never know.
Yeah.
Seriously, you just never know.
Yeah.
If you got kids that ask them for your time, they want to play something, play with them. God damn it, just say you ain't. Just do it. Set aside what you're doing. Just do it. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy because I was just talking to someone about, how this year. So I'm typically a homebody, right? And like I don't.
Yeah.
Before even COVID and everything, I'm not one to go out all that much, whatever. I'm happy just staying at home. Watching anime and sports and all that kind of stuff. And, so when COVID hit, it was like, all right, stay at home order. Okay, cool. I'll be at home. I'll just do what I typically do. Right. But then there was something about it where even me as a homebody, I'm still like, when someone tells me I can't do something, I can't go out, I'm like, what? Like you're actually telling me I can't go? And now I start wanting to do things outside, and just relating to what you were just saying about like taking those opportunities, doing things with life and just not taking things for granted. Like you just never know whether it's, this pandemic or just sickness that takes away your opportunity to be able to do things. It's like if you want to do something, and you're, scared about it, not sure, whatever, and it's something positive, but you want to have this fun thing, but you're afraid to like just allow yourself to have fun or be with your family or enjoy. It's just like, you know what? You never know. You never know what's coming the next day. So just do it. Just do it. Like, for me, it's like, okay, there's things I want to do. I want to travel, this and that, but I'm always like, maybe next year. And now it's just like, I can't even do it if I want to. Right now, it's like, I can't even travel. It's like, oh man, am I ever going to get to travel again? Is this ever going to, so it's just one of those things, man. Like there's so many things in this world that could happen. Like you just never know how things are going to turn out. So it's just like, just take those opportunities. Like you said, with your loved ones, being with them, telling people you love them, and all that. Like, just do it, cause you just never know. I mean, this is insane. This is insane.
It is, man.
I mean, one thing I take some kind of positivity in this that, similar to Chadwick Boseman, sounds like he was with his loved ones, during his final moments. So it's like, he at least, if this is to be, like the way that they're writing it here, if I'm reading this right, that, he was with his loved ones, with his family, they got to say their goodbyes. And
this might have been like what somewhat expected.
Yeah, that it sounded like it,
Right.
But more information is going to come out as this goes on. But yeah, man, it's just wild. It's just wild.
Yeah. There we go. We got Kofi back.
Yeah.
Yo, what's good,
what's up, man?
My phone overheated, man.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's probably that debate.
Yeah. Hey, did you hear the news? Did you see what's posted on social media and everything?
Brodie Lee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We were just talking about it just hit.
I wanted to say something earlier, but I don't like to be like, hey, something happened, and I'm not sure if it happened.
Right. Yeah, it's definite now. Yeah.
Yeah, Tony Khan just tweeted it out.
It was crazy. Good brother called me 2 hours ago and told me.
Oh wow.
And
Oh wow, 2 hours ago.
Good brother called me 2 hours ago and told me, and I was kind of like, really, bro? He was like, yeah.
Wow.
So
I literally just found this out maybe what
First
10
time,
minutes ago.
it's sad to hear that. I was kind of touched because I'm like, he just reaching his peak. That's like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
It's just crazy. Just like that. I mean, he was off television. You know, we were just talking. You know, he was off television for a while, but we had no idea like he was sick. It was just maybe he's injured.
Yeah.
You know, he's trying to heal up. You know, something.
Mhm.
And then to hear this out the blue, it's like what? And his lung disease, and I'm just like, wow.
It's like, wow.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Because
it's
when
crazy.
I kind of asked him twice. I was like, man, are you hearing this or you know for sure?
Right.
Because I was like,
Right.
always be like, you don't want to put out news that you don't know, bro.
Right.
He's like, nah. He was like, nah, I know for sure. And I was like, nah, bro, are you sure?
Right.
He's like, nah, man, I know. I was kind of like, wow. No, I'm a big Dog Order fan. I'm a big Brodie Lee fan.
Same here.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's it's just a wild situation, man.
Yeah. Dude.
I
Yeah.
mean, that shows you, man, you know, don't take nothing for granted, man. You know, work every day like it's your last, man. You know,
Yep.
go hard, man.
Yep.
That's what I tell people. Go hard.
Yeah.
You know what's gonna happen. Go hard, man.
That's exactly
That's
what
I
we
was
were
just
saying.
saying.
You
Yeah.
know, just
I was
not
like, man,
taking things
just-
for granted.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, man, make your moments count. That's how I say. If you got kids, you know what I'm saying? Spend some time with your kids, spend time with your loved ones. They asking for time with you. Give some time.
Yeah.
Time is important.
Yeah.
It's time. That's all it is. It's really. I say it ain't enough of it, but it's enough to spread around.
Hmm.
Yeah, it is. That's facts right there. I like that.
Yeah. Oh man.
I got that person from some Chicago pimp. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what was that?
I said I got that from one of my Chicago pimps.
Oh. Oh man. Oh man. Well, hey.
Yo, you know
Yeah.
what? I love Chicago because like it's always one of them cities I've always wanted to go to because I watched Love Jones, and that's like one of my favorite fucking.
Okay.
Wait, so you've never been to Chicago?
Yeah.
Nah, I refuse to
Why?
go now. What? Why not?
You don't want to ruin it because you have a picture of it. You just don't want to like.
Yeah, I got a picture of Chicago. I got little Kiki standing outside of the fucking Burger King.
Oh man.
I don't need to go. He's like, yo, no. I'm like, nah, man. I'm from New York. He's like, that's it. I don't need to go to Chicago.
Oh,
Nah, man, you need to come to Chicago, man. We got some great food, great places to see. You know what I'm saying? Try the pizza.
I always come to pizza battle too, man. You know, think y'all pizza better than New York
Ooh,
pizza.
oh man.
Don't go there,
I didn't
bro.
think we were gonna
Don't
go
go
there.
there.
I really didn't.
Right. I was just offering some pizza to try out our pizza. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't saying like, oh, our pizza way better than y'all pizza.
Oh man,
I'm saying that.
dude. Hey man, that's
I'll come through and try y'all pizza. We come through. You know what I mean? Once this shit ends, we gonna definitely travel. We gotta come,
all
man.
right. Definitely.
There you go. There you go.
I want to go to the poultry spot. You know.
Yeah, man. No, you'd enjoy it. You'd enjoy it. I think there'd be a lot of stuff here, man. You get down with definitely. Oh man. All right, man. Let's try to transition back into TLC again. You know, with that somber news. You know, just best to Brodie Lee, aka better known as Jonathan Huber. You know, best to his family. We wish them, you know, nothing but the best, and just thoughts and prayers to them. You know, there's no way to transition this, you know, smoothly. So
man,
we'll just get into it and start talking about wrestling, because that's something that he had a lot of passion for, and I'm sure like somewhere like his passion, he would want wrestling to keep going, and for everybody to just keep moving forward, so let's do our best to do that, man. So RIP to Brodie Lee, aka Jonathan Huber. All right, man. So TLC. So again, Drew McIntyre, AJ Styles. We were kicking that off. And Miz, losing the Money in the Bank here. Drew McIntyre winning the matchup. So this match here, I mean, it's pretty predictable. Like we were talking about before we switched gears a little bit. Drew, it just seemed like there's no way that this man was going to lose this title right before the end of the year, to AJ Styles. There wasn't much of a build-up to this in the storyline either.
No, it wasn't.
It just kind of is his first title defense since winning it back from Randy. It just seemed like everything said, hey, Drew's going to win this matchup. I still enjoyed it. There was still some good spots, in this matchup for sure. Like AJ Styles going through the table on the outside too. Just I felt like there was a lot of stiff wrestling going on in this match that I was like, man, these guys are not pulling any punches. The biggest thing though, the guy almost like that chair shot that he took to the back
and just broken like 4 pieces.
Is he the Terminator? Like, what is going on, man? No cell whatsoever. The chair broke. I'm like, huh? So like, we'll see what was going there. Kofi? What you think of almost, man? In that moment,
I was like that predictable.
Yeah.
So for me, the only thing I had me excited was kind of when the Miz came up. I was kind of like, let's see where this goes, because I'm a Miz fan. I'm a Jon Huber fan.
Yeah.
I like Miz.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, let's see where this goes. And once he power bombed them, and then that was it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
what'd you think of the way almost dropped Miz through that table? Because for me, that was like he just held him like a child, like a small child, and just like let him go. And I was like,
real gently too.
First of all, is that his name?
Almost.
We calling him that?
That's the name.
That's
he's going by. Almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Dude,
I don't know, man.
They haven't. You know what? It's like, how WWE usually like cuts someone's last name off and just has them by one name. They just skipped like having
almost name. We almost had him a name.
We almost. You know what? Let's just call him that. Almost. His name is Almost.
That's stupid. He almost was a good wrestler.
You're right. Stupid. Oh, the jokes are right there. And it's crazy because I didn't even see it that way. I was just like, all right, he's back up for AJ, cool, but yeah.
Stupid. Nigga, a grown ass man got carried like a baby.
Yeah.
First of all, it wasn't like the Miz was hurt or nothing.
No, man. He was just sitting there taking it, accepting it. Like, okay, where we going? Where you gonna put me? Where you gonna toss me?
Right,
sir. You're right. He just tossed him real gently on top of the table. I'm like, okay.
Yo, there was no way you could sell to me that he was hurt, bro.
No, he wasn't.
Nah.
You couldn't even tell he was almost hurt.
Not even almost hurt.
Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was awkward. It was just awkward, that whole thing. I was like, I don't know. Like, okay. And then you put him through the table. Then Morrison comes with the chair. I mean, the look on his face when he got hit by the chair and he just kind of turned around. I'm like, all right. There's almost something there, There's almost. Man,
not sure what this guy, but it's terrible. Like, the match was good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It was predictable Drew McIntyre was gonna win, but I think the ending kind of stood out. The way those guys, one person jumped on the ring, the way AJ Styles jumped from the rope onto the ladder.
Yeah.
Stood out.
That was very Kofi. That was very Kofi. I gotta say that I thought of Kofi Kingston immediately when he did that.
Oh yeah.
You also understand AJ Styles is mad athletic, man.
Yeah.
So anything AJ Styles does, it's probably been done. He's probably already done it before.
Yeah. Yep.
So like for him to do all of that and to take turns the ending wasn't predictable, but for me, the ending was the highlight of the match. You know, the last 30 seconds, the last 45 seconds of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
To me, the match, I guess I fall in line just like everybody. It was okay. The excitement level, if I was to rate it, I'd probably give it a 7 because the action and the story. Well, I say this: the build was weak because we only got like a couple of weeks, and I felt like I was more inclined the story between him and Sheamus. Like, man, what's going on between Drew and Sheamus? Fuck all what's going on between AJ and Drew. I don't care about that right now. I want to see what's going on between Sheamus and Drew. That's the story I care. And that might be going forward with that. But that's where my head was at, man. And I knew this was gonna happen too when it came down for me to watching hardcore matches with AEW, and then for me to see, you know, the matches in WWE when I start to compare. And I did, man. Like the violence level wasn't there because I wasn't seeing like the blood. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I saw the accidental, you know, lacerations on the back, but that was about it though. There was no like, you know, give me a blood capsule. Let me see some internal bleeding. Let me see AJ coughing up some blood because Drew he's banging that ladder in his stomach, bro. Just something just to elevate this fight, you know? It just stayed at one flat level for me, and that was it, man.
Yeah. Nah, I get you. I feel like it was a fun matchup, you know, for the most part. You know, for me, it was kind of, I was just waiting for Drew to just pull down the title. When Miz came out, it was a little bit surprising and we had talked about that too. We were thinking, would he cash in, you know, during or after? The one stupid thing for me though was that, you know, the match is still going on and almost is still there, and you're cashing in. Then of course he's gonna get involved and stop you from trying to do this, right? Like, I don't know. I just thought the thought process around Miz trying to do this cash in, it just wasn't thought out. Like there were certain things that, you know, but I do like on Raw when he tried to say, well, you know, actually I didn't cash in, Morrison cashed in, so you know that means I should still be Money in the Bank. I like that. I do like that.
Yeah, but Miz is still. He had to wait until Morrison, you know, to
apologize,
catch on to that. Yeah, man, but still, he's like you said before, talking smack Miz was way smarter, way much cooler, man. Like if we got more of that, like I think that would make, you know, the character make more of his maybe his fights, his matches more exciting too, bro.
Yeah. So what do you think? So where do you think we go from here with Drew? Is it Sheamus? Him and Sheamus? Is it Keith Lee now? Like
him and WrestleMania.
You think him and Sheamus at WrestleMania?
Yeah, if they build that story up, they've been building up already.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind it because the story. Because I always like when the story is personal. It makes the story much so. So you just want to sink your teeth into it, man. So if they give me a good build, I'm cool with this because these some two heavyweights, bro. They go stiff.
They've already gave us the friendship. They've already gave us the Sheamus accidentally hitting. So like if they build this up long enough to the point where it's like a love-hate situation, it would be dope, you know?
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter if Sheamus win. It wouldn't matter if, you know, you would be happy if Sheamus win at the end of the day. You know what I mean? You would be happy if still Drew McIntyre retains. So if they do that some type of way, they could, you know, storyline it to the point where, because you don't want Sheamus to look weak either. Because he is one of the top WWE wrestlers ever. So you want him to look weak. You can't let, you know what I'm saying? He been on the shelf for how long?
Yeah. And I think Vince loves Sheamus, actually. I think he really loves Sheamus from the beginning. Like him beating John Cena, you know, in that tables match, like I was shocked. I was like, who is Sheamus? Who is this guy that beat John Cena for the title? Like, really? And then he just kept going, fought Triple H, you know, like they have a lot of respect for Sheamus. So yeah, man, I think they'll make him look strong.
I hate to cut it short, but I kind of have to go.
Okay.
Oh, all good,
yeah, it's
bro.
all good, man. It's all good. Hey, man, appreciate you. Hey, real quick, before you leave, why don't you plug the podcast and just you guys a little bit, man. Let the people know where they can hear you.
So you already know the name, you already know the slogan, man. We rip our shirts off like Hulk Hogan, man. It's one half of the Dirty Heelz. Your boy Kofi Weedston, man. You go to Dirty Heelz _132. Dirty Heelz Gear _132, man. You find us on YouTube, Dirty Heelz Podcast, man. Just hashtag Dirty Heelz, man. You find it, man. You know what it is, man. That's it, man.
All right, man.
You like the pimpin'? You like the pimpin'?
Oh,
You learned that from a pimp?
You learned that from the pimp too? Kofi, man, thank you so much, man. You take care. Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Come to Chicago, man. Get some pizza.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, man.
All right, later, man. Much love. That's what's up, man.
Right, man.
We gotta have both of those
Kofi,
brothers
man.
on next time.
Yes, definitely, man. Definitely check out the Dirty Heelz podcast. So yeah, man, let's keep this going here. I had a question that I was gonna bring up. Because we were talking about Sheamus. Basically, yeah, with the whole Sheamus situation, I feel like making him look strong and like that, I could see that happening.
Yeah.
For some reason, though, to me, I think that even though I could see that happening because that's a really personal story, you know, Keith Lee being involved in the storyline too, like I think there's still an opportunity that they end up going with Keith Lee potentially against Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania.
I could see that. And then maybe wedging Sheamus, between the two, using Sheamus as well to further that wedge between Keith and Drew McIntyre. I would like to see that. I would like to see that. Yeah.
Because I think Keith Lee is box office, and I think, you know, Vince sees that, you know, but we'll see. You will see.
Time will tell.
Because as far as Royal Rumble winners go, you know, I would put Keith Lee up there as like one of the favorites for sure to win this thing, especially after the performance he had, you know, at Survivor Series last year, Royal Rumble. And I know the way that it's been going for Keith Lee right now, it's been, but there's something about just, you know, with WWE, Drew McIntyre for a minute there, it seemed like we had that moment of silence on the show.
For his career.
He was gone.
Yes.
But then
the Royal Rumble
comes Royal Rumble and he wins the whole damn thing.
The Royal
Rumble. So it's like, all right.
The resurrection.
The resurrection of Drew McIntyre, man. Royal Rumble 2020, yeah.
Yes.
So, man. I mean, so you never know. So Keith Lee, I feel like, you know, that's not an official prediction. Because actually, my prediction, you know, it just can't even happen now because we had Aleister Black. You know, I was saying Aleister Black is gonna win the Royal Rumble, and this man, I don't even know, is he even in the company anymore.
Right.
Like, what's going on?
Man,
what's going on?
It's hurting right now, man. Well, he's trying to get on NXT right now, bro. They wouldn't let him get on.
Nope. They're like, we're gonna pay you to stay home, sir.
Right. Let's take a couple of these checks. Just
oh my God.
Sit your ass on the sofa, all right? Or better yet, just take a seat in your closet.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So you know, that matchup, you know, solid matchup overall, kind of predictable, but we had fun with it. Let's keep moving forward though. We've got the women's championship matchup for the SmackDown women's title. It was Sasha Banks versus Carmella.
Yep.
Devin, why don't you take us through this one, man? I mean, you know, Sasha, that's my favorite female wrestler right now. You know, and I definitely have my thoughts on this matchup, but I want you to kick it off, man. What did you think about this match?
This was a great wrestling match. I was like, you know, Carmella, god damn. Just when I thought she stepped it up from wrestling, she stepped it up again another notch in the storytelling. You know, when it came to wrestling, her selling. Like, I was just paying attention to the subtle way she was sell for Sasha. And I loved it, man. Like, some of these moves that she was doing, man, was, you know, not the moves itself, but the smooth transitions into those moves. Like, she did the reverse. I think she was getting ready to charge, and Sasha turned her around, but she reversed it and did the spike on her head. I'm like, that's smooth as hell. It wasn't like she was taking her time. She was taking steps. You know what I'm saying? It was just seamlessly, like, just real smooth. I'm like, oh, okay, Carmella, I see you. I see you. Right. I am paying attention, ma'am. I'm paying attention. Yeah,
the X Factor that she pulled. That's how I know it from X Pac
right,
back in the day, man. Forever, I think that's his move for me, man. Like when she pulled that, and when Sasha spiked her head straight down the ground, I was like, she's dead. Like that's it. Like that's it. That's a finisher. But yeah, it kept going. Yeah. I mean, Carmella's come a long way, definitely. So that was cool. The matchup overall was cool.
It was
for me. I'm just like,
you can breathe.
Sigh of relief.
It's over.
Yes, I could finally breathe because, man, I was telling you, I said, this is the test to show me whether or not they're actually, gonna push Sasha as champion for long term. So that's what I was thinking. So for me, it was like, okay, as the match was going on, I'm like, I feel like Sasha's going to win this, but I was never comfortable, and then after the matchup, I was like, oh, they did it. Okay.
Right.
Here we go. Let's do this. So yeah, man, I was happy. I was relieved, great matchup. Sasha looked great in the matchup. Carmella looked great in the matchup.
I was just going to say, I guess this was a way to elevate Carmella to the main event, spotlight for the women's division. Because before like before her re-debut, she was probably at best back at the bottom, somewhere in the mid-level. But when she came back, this whole, just got this whole new look now, new music, new theme music. Now I see what they're doing, and she just had this awesome match, with Sasha, and almost took her to the damn limit, and it didn't even knock her down, just elevated her, man. So I think it's a great way to do that for Carmella.
Yeah, man, definitely. I just, it was, I love it for Sasha. It's like finally, like, okay, again, sigh of relief, and take a deep breath. For Carmella, what I was getting ready to say was, the reason why I was afraid for Sasha when this one was because Carmella was making her re-debut. And anytime they do that with a wrestler where they're coming back, like you want them to start off strong. And I feel like Carmella did as far as making an entrance, literally like her entrance is like, you can't take your eyes off the screen. It's like, wow, she's really going for this. Like the sexy seductress, just
like some Jessica Rabbit type shit, man.
Like
what's going on?
She's making sure you can't turn away. Yes. So I'm like, all right. And then, she's just in the ring. She's sharper now in the ring. Like you said, she has more confidence. It was great. The only thing missing now for her is getting that W, getting a win. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, as far as wins for her going forward. But yeah, man, I mean, overall, I think that, it was a strong match. I enjoyed it. This wasn't predictable for me specifically because of Sasha. Yeah. If it was anybody else, I'd have been like, oh yeah, I feel confident this is going to happen. But because it was Sasha, I still had that little bit of doubt, but they came through.
Is that a good thing for her?
Nice job.
For Sasha, is that a good thing for Sasha though to have the little unpredictability because of her record of defending defending championship?
Yeah, I think so, because it makes her matches a little bit more exciting because you really don't know. Any championship matchup she has, she could lose because they've done this before.
Yeah.
So I think ultimately I'm happy because, she finally defended her title at a pay-per-view. Right. Before, she had just never defended her title successfully. Now with this one, it was, she had never defended her title successfully at a pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. Now she did that. So now we're kind of over a hurdle a little bit, but it doesn't change the fact that as a Sasha Banks fan now, just in general, you still wonder, like, okay, she's going to lose the title next time, though. Like, they got those two out the way, so the curse is broken. But eventually, she's going to lose, this championship. So how soon are they going to take it off of her? Or are they going to give her one of those long, like, Bayley-esque title reigns? Is she going to break Bayley's record?
So
I'm not holding my breath for that.
What would it take for you to erase that doubt from your head? Like, all right, there is...
I don't think it'll ever be gone. We're talking about years of this.
What?
Like, I don't think that'll ever... I think it'll always... So don't... I guess, hear what I'm saying is that I feel satisfied as a Sasha Banks fan that finally she had the title defenses.
Right.
So I feel good about that. So now it's like, okay, what happens from now is fine. If she loses her next matchup, and loses the title to Bianca Belair, let's say, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all right. She at least successfully, she could say, yes, I have successfully defended the title. Now, as a fan, I would also love to see her have one of those long title reigns. Like one of those, again, Bayley or Becky-esque title reigns. Because Charlotte Flair, we know of the Four Horsewomen, she doesn't have long title reigns either. It's been Bayley and Becky that have had the long title reigns, those record-breaking. So, Sasha, if she could join that group, that would be cool. But I don't think they're going to do that with Sasha. I just don't. I think she'd be more on the Charlotte side of things, which maybe they'll get into like, okay, who's going to have more title reigns between those two?
Really?
And I think Charlotte is going to win that one. Honestly. When it's all said and done, Charlotte's going to have more title reigns than everybody.
She's a Flair.
She'll be challenging R-Truth pretty soon for those title reigns.
43rd time women's
whatever
champion.
It is. Whatever.
Exactly. Number that be probably 2021 sometime next year.
Right. By 2021, she's already matched R-Truth.
Man, bro. She just wants championships, man. That's
she wants to be like her dad. She wants to be the one to break that record. Like before Randy Orton even gets there, she's gonna catch Randy and pass him. That's what she's going for.
Oh man.
Seriously.
Yeah. Well, this is a good segue to talk about the next match for the ladies tag team.
Oh yeah, let's get into that. So we've got, there's a funny thing with this too. So the defending champs, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler against Asuka and her mystery partner, which, when we were talking about this pay-per-view, I was saying this is a really predictable pay-per-view, and short of the New Day Hurt business, we were pretty much right there. And one of the other things that we said, like, oh, well, this adds some unpredictability is who was the mystery partner. But we actually predicted exactly who this person was. So that was predictable too.
We listed 3 names, maybe 2 or 3 names before we mentioned that name. But
so there was 2 names that stuck out. There was, Lana, let's just say that the injury, she miraculously comes back,
right.
i.e. Seth Rollins against Brock Lesnar, getting F5'd on a stretcher and still finding a way to get to the pay-per-view and beat him, So either Lana or Charlotte. Because I remember when we were talking about this and I mentioned the name Charlotte, you were like, oh, it's Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte.
Oh, Charlotte. As soon as that name came up, it was like,
Charlotte.
No, that's who it is. It's Charlotte. We've been hearing rumors about her making a return. It was like, oh, no, it's Charlotte. It's Charlotte. So it was just...
Right. No,
it was decided at that point.
As soon as you said it, I was like, oh, it's Charlotte. Oh, yeah, Charlotte.
It's Charlotte.
Right. No hesitation. Like,
None.
Yeah.
It's Charlotte, man. Clearly. So, yeah, and it was her. And I was just like, okay. When she showed up, I was like, okay.
They're winning.
All right.
They're so winning.
Oh man. And yeah, they went out there, they had them. It was a solid match. For me, it wasn't a great match, but it was solid. But yeah, just they won. It was predictable when they won. I just now I feel bad for Lana. Because what the fuck was all that for going through 9 tables? 9 times. Man. You went through 9 tables.
Man, Charlotte's like, excuse me.
Yeah. Just again.
All your work,
has this
all your 9 weeks of going through the table, I'm about to skip all that and cut through the front because I am the queen.
It's just crazy. She did it to Becky.
Yeah,
she did it to Becky for the title. She did it to Asuka when she took the belt off of Asuka right before WrestleMania.
But are you surprised?
Just so that she could. No, because it's Charlotte. It's Charlotte.
That's what I'm saying. Are you surprised?
I was not. No, I was not. I was not. It's like, okay, of course Charlotte's gonna do this. Yeah, Lana did all the work. Lana had all this whole storyline where she had to overcome adversity, find a way. She actually beat Nia in their match.
They had a chronicle about her, man, leading up to this Survivor Series week.
Come on, man.
Bro, they went all out for Lana, bro. They went all out for Lana for that Survivor Series weekend. She didn't do nothing. Like, you ain't gotta do nothing. You ain't gotta do. We're gonna give you like 2 minutes of in-ring work, and after that, you're gonna stand on the steps.
All your training, all your hard work, trials and tribulations, people telling you ain't a wrestler, and you trying to prove them wrong, and it all culminates with you standing on the steps. And you're so Survivor, then, no, guess what? You're going to tag up with Asuka to be tag team champions. Cool. All right, cool. Wait, change of plans. You're actually going to get destroyed by the tag team champions. Right. We're going to take you out of the matchup, and we're having a mystery partner, and guess who it is? The Queen. If Lana ain't pissed, man, I don't know. Like, come on now. Bro. I went through 9 tables for her to take my spot.
Scripted or not, man. 9 tables, bro.
9 times.
9 tables, bro.
9 times.
Every week.
Oh.
On the consecutive week. Oh, my God, dude. Man. It was all that
I can't help but think, like, the Miro, this is still punishment. It has to be at this point. This is the only thing that makes sense to me. Is we're really gonna fuck with them. Watch this. We're gonna tell Lana, like, hey, don't worry, we got something for you, but you're gonna go through 9 tables in a row. Every week we're putting you through a table. But don't worry, there's something at the end of this. Right. Don't worry.
It's light at the end of that tunnel. We're gonna hook you up.
Light at the end of the tunnel.
We're gonna give you a Chronicle special. We're gonna give you all exclusive. We're gonna send you a camera. We're gonna follow you around. Oh man, this is terrible. This is terrible.
Building her up in her head. She's like, yes, finally. Yes. She's never had a title before. And then she's going against Nia and Shayna Baszler with Asuka. The writing's on the wall. We said it. We're like, man, Lana is about to be a tag team champion. This is about to happen. And Vince said, nope, psych, watch this.
Not even doing that. Not even giving that.
Nope, can't have it. Can't have it. Tell Miro to apologize. Then we'll go ahead and maybe have a conversation. That's what Vince just said. Damn. Just damn.
Oh, man. Yeah.
That's it. That's the story of this match. That's all I could think about during this match was like, wow. Lana was supposed to be
Lana
here.
Got fucked.
Lana went through 9 tables for Charlotte to enjoy the fruits of her labor. That's what happened. Like, she earned that.
Excuse me.
Thank you.
Right.
Don't mind if I do. Another title? Oh, man. I swear on Raw, they tried to make it like, add this title reign to her number of title reigns.
And it was crazy. Like she was like, because Asuka came out talking about it, brought Charlotte out. And Charlotte was like, yeah, that's cool and all, but let's get back to this Raw woman.
She's like, so I did this for you. So about the Raw title, like, I'm like, you just got here like 5 minutes ago, Charlotte. Calm down. What are you doing? Now you want to take her title? If all this ends up with Charlotte being Raw champion again, like, and she's double champ, I'm like, you just couldn't help yourselves. WWE,
she's gonna be double champ. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. A Flair is gonna be a double champ. If Bayley was double champ, if Becky was double champ, you thinking Charlotte ain't gonna be double champ, sir? Excuse me, a Flair.
And you know they love this. Oh, we had Braun Strowman team up with Seth Rollins, become tag team champions. Hey, you know what? Let's put them in a match against each other so we could say this is the first time that we've had tag team champions fight over the title. Well, let's make history again. Royal Rumble, let's make it the first time that 2 women have been tag team champions and they're fighting over the Raw Championship.
There we go. It is decided right there.
let's just get this over with, man. Let's get this over with. Like, don't play with me, God. Man. Because, they're throwing in, Peyton Royce, and Lacey Evans. Saying,
that women's tag team division sucks ass now.
Terrible.
Sucks ass, bro.
Doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand what they're even doing. Like, why again is Peyton Royce not with Billie Kay if she's going to be in a tag team with Lacey Evans anyway? Like,
I don't know.
What? Why are we doing this?
I don't know.
Then they're a tag team. Like, And then you got the muscle. What do they call themselves?
The sexy
muscle friends.
No, the sexy muscle friends. Sexy muscle.
Something like that. I said, is that better not? They better not try to put that on a t-shirt. They better not. They better not.
They just come
sexy
down.
Muscle friends, and they're both flexing. I said, oh no, they're really trying to put this over. They're trying to get this over.
I was like,
what are y'all
doing? I think I like these sexy muscle friends.
Nothing you say is gonna get this over. Stop it.
Oh man.
Got them flexing.
Yeah, bro.
I said, look, and we get it. They're in great shape. They got muscles. Yeah. They're sexy. They're friends. That don't mean that should be their name. That don't make it right to make it their name. Trying to be as literal as possible.
Oh, they are.
Is Drax the one writing the script right now?
With that team name.
You know what I'm saying? Dude.
Let me see.
They got Dave Bautista as Drax right there writing scripts and saying, they're sexy. They're muscular.
And they're friends. Sexy muscle friends.
Eureka! It practically writes itself.
Right.
Oh my God, man. I don't know.
Yeah, but
it's wild. It's wild.
But the tag teams is because when they came out there on SmackDown, you know, like I said, and when they came on SmackDown, I think who came out? Sasha and Bianca. Then, it was another tag team, and Carmella.
Yeah, it was Bailey and Carmella.
I was like, where the fuck this come from, bro? I'm like, okay, where the newly tag teams you guys created then? Where's Lacey Evans and not Billy Kay?
Peyton Royce.
Where's that newly tag team? Or where's the Riot Squad?
And I guess Billy Kay and Natalya. Now the Riot Squad would have made the most sense.
Exactly.
That's the team that makes the most sense. That's the only
legitimate tag team we have right.
The only one. Like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Just, no. Tag teams in general, we already know. This isn't surprising, though. They don't care about tag teams in WWE.
Just when they just mash did for people the together. Girls, they don't. It was like,
they're for a minute. Well, again,
a double champ for the women's division. That's the story.
Oh my God,
that's what they're doing. They're just circling. Yeah,
exactly. Everybody, it'll be a double champ. That's just
Asuka. Asuka Charlotte gets to be double champ.
Well, the thing right now is Charlotte's the only one of that group that hasn't been double champ.
Yeah.
So you know it's coming.
Yeah, it's coming, bro.
You know it's coming.
That was my point.
They're sitting back there. They're like, "Oh, this isn't right. This isn't right. We haven't had Sasha's been double champ, Bailey's been double champ, Becky's been double champ. Now Asuka's been double. How has Charlotte not been a double champ? Oh, we got to fix this immediately. Yep. Immediately.
Rewrite.
Hold on. What's the script for Royal Rumble? Yeah, damn that. I got the match for Royal Rumble. Don't worry about it. I got the match. We're going to have Charlotte versus Asuka at the Royal Rumble. Done. Double champ. And just put Charlotte on the poster for Royal Rumble. It's going to be her coronation as a double champ.
It will.
That's it. That's it. Man. Come on now. I'll be up now, and actually will just be upset if they don't do it now. Like if they try to postpone that to Elimination Chamber or WrestleMania, no, just get it out the way. Just do it now.
Get it out the way for next month. Like
get it.
I know what roadmap you guys are on. Let's just get it. Let's just get to the destination.
Get it done. Yes. Like we all see it coming. Charlotte couldn't help herself. So let's get to that Raw.
Man, bro. Like, it ain't even been full 24 hours. You thinking about the Raw Women's title already. Like,
seriously.
The tag team title is cool and all, but, I'm the queen.
Did you even get the nameplates changed on the Women's Championship, the Tag Team Championships, before you start talking about the Raw one? Because I'm not convinced that they put the nameplates with Charlotte and Asuka if they switched them from Shayna and oh my God. They're like, come on, man. Well. So the other side of this is, where does Nia and Shayna go from here? Because they had a relatively short-lived run. I mean, it feels like, even though I guess just by time-wise it was okay, but I feel like they didn't really, dig into that tag team as much as they could have. They were so focused on Lana that I feel like they got derailed from like going anywhere.
That was a whole
tag team.
saga, like right there. Like we just had a detour of the Lana saga. It was just all about 9 weeks of tables between Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, bro. I'm like, okay.
What was the point of this? That their title reign is defined by them putting Lana through 9 tables.
Yeah, because that's it. That led to the ultimate demise of losing the titles. That's what it led it up to.
Yeah. Oh my God. So yeah, I mean, Nia, because I would love to believe like, all right, this paves the way for either Nia or Shayna to become, you know, a contender at least for the Raw Women's Championship. But we just said it. We know what's coming. Mm-hmm. It's Charlotte. Mm-hmm. Charlotte's the one that they're going to give that title to. So if anything, we're going to have to wait for that switch to happen. And then maybe we get Nia or Shayna against Charlotte. I don't think we get either one of them against Asuka. I think we get one of them or both of them triple threat. Who knows what they do?
I see a triple threat.
Yeah, or there's so many ways, but I think Charlotte's going to be champion. Or I'm going to throw this one out at you. Royal Rumble, Rhea Ripley wins it.
Oh, shit. Oh.
And then we get Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte at Mania in a rematch.
Ooh.
And Rhea Ripley becomes Raw Women's Champion.
Ooh.
Because, hey, if we're going to do this, let's do this
right.
Let's do this right.
Yeah.
WrestleMania. If you're going to give the belt to Charlotte, the one person that she needs to fight at WrestleMania, you gotta run that back with, for me, the best match of that night.
Run that back. I like that.
You know?
Because Rhea Ripley's going to fight Raquel New Year's Eve. She's probably going to lose, and that'll be her.
She's going to lose that. She's going to lose that match. And that wouldn't be a bad last match. Like
Raquel have been a beast, you know?
Look, I love NXT, but I'm at the point with Rhea where I feel like she's done it all now. Like I don't want her to get to the point where she loses some of that momentum, you know, because I think that her just kind of like this match with Rhea Ripley, I'm really looking forward to it. But I feel like this is the last match where I'm going to have that feeling for her in NXT. Like there's no other matchup to me that can get me that feeling of like, oh man, I can't wait for Rhea Ripley to go again's. You know, like I'll enjoy it because I'm a fan, but she's hit the ceiling.
Yeah.
I think she's hit the ceiling right now. So it's not that Raw or SmackDown is better. It's more about it's just different. It's something new. And like WrestleMania, that's something she hasn't done. She hasn't beaten Charlotte yet. So let's take it there. And she's ready.
Yes.
She's ready. As long as they don't fuck it up, she's ready. Like
they tend to be easier on the women towards the men.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, but I thought Ember Moon was a lock.
That's true.
I thought Ember Moon was a lock. That finisher, that look, everything. And they just, no television for you.
All right.
Like,
to NXT you go.
Right. So, but, you know, fingers crossed that Rhea Ripley, you know, being, you know, who she is, you know, the nightmare, you know, she's tall, she's blonde, but the hair even, I feel like that, she just has her own thing, you know, like, but Vince, I feel like there's characteristics that she has that fits a traditional Vince McMahon pick. But then also too, for us fans, it's like, she's everything. She's everything. So Vince would be just crazy not to just push her to the moon and give her that star treatment, like right off the bat.
She has that intimidating look, that ick factor. Her offensive moveset is like all about power. So hell yeah, man. She could sell her ass off too. So I'm with it.
Yeah. So, all right. You got a decision to make now. So we got 2 matches left from this show. And usually on our podcast, we the last match we talk about is the true main event. Now, I was a little surprised.
Bro, I got a funny story to tell you.
Oh,
I got a funny story.
Right, tell the story. Tell the story.
I'm watching TLC, bro. All right, and just show you how far removed I'm from the Firefly Inferno match. All right. So we get to the Tribal Chief and Kevin Owens match. All right. I'm watching the match. Just like, all right, we're done with that match. And then the match we're done. Roman Tribal Chief wins. We go to to this commercial. So I'm like, oh, okay, I guess it's over. So I'm done.
It's over. The pay-per-view's done.
I'm done. I turn it off, bro. I turn it off. I continue without my night. I'm seeing what's going on with my fantasy team. I'm like, oh, win. I'm in the championship. Cool. This is an awesome night. This is my night. And then something going on in my Facebook, in my thread, in the top rope wrestling talk group I'm in Facebook. I'm in this thread. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, check. I'm like, Fiend and Orton. I'm like, oh, that match is. I'm like, oops. I put it back on. I'm like, I completely forgot about that match, bro.
Oh my God.
Completely forgot about that match.
Oops. Missed one.
Right.
My bad.
I'm like, well, missed that.
Oh man. But it's funny because you know what? When we talked about that match, at least from my side, I said that's the match I'm least excited for going into this. Yeah. Like the whole Firefly gimmick thing, I was thinking it's gonna be cinematic, and it's gonna be like I'm not gonna be into it. I like what Alexa Bliss is doing, but she wasn't even on television for a while. Like they took her out of the story basically, and that took me out of the story. Honestly, when she wasn't there, so I'm like, all right. But I did see it. I didn't turn off after the Roman Reigns matchup. But that is something though, because for me, I think it was Hell in a Cell. We picked the Roman Jey Uso matchup to be the main event in that one.
It felt like a main event, right? I mean, I'm talking about.
I was done. Yeah. No, but I was done when after Roman's match with Jey, Hell in a Cell, when he was choking out Jimmy and all that happened, and then the family was up there on the ramp and they crowned him the tribal chief. That was the end of the show for me. I like the rest of the show was kind of like, all right, I'm done. Like I'm checked out. I really was. I was like, this felt like it should have been the main event because of that feeling. So I don't blame you,
bro. Because I checked out. I turned the TV off. I'm like, well, that's good. All right, let me see what's going on in my fantasy league. Cool, I'm winning. I'm in the championship. Great, awesome night. And then I come to find out.
Check your phone.
I'm like, oh shit. Oh yeah, the Inferno match. Oops, I forgot about that. I was just busting up laughing. I'm like, I was far removed from that match, bro. Far removed.
Well, then that makes the decision. Then let's just get right to the Firefly Funhouse match. We'll save the Roman matchup for last, then, because if you were that far removed from it, then that tells us how you felt going. Because to completely forget about that matchup, yeah, man. Like, and again, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. But now, having seen the matchup, I can't even talk about this with a straight face, man. I'm still trying to process what the fuck happened in this match. Like I'm still trying to understand. For one, Randy Orton should be in jail. All right, he should be in prison,
bro.
Clearly,
because we have fire.
I don't understand
fire.
Special effects. For the listeners, for people that listen to the audio version of this, so Tevin just used the fire emoji visual effect live right here. This is the first time there's ever been any live visual effect for the podcast like that, and I loved it. That was great. That was everything. That was perfect.
I had to do it,
we definitely had fire. We had fire in the Inferno match. It wasn't cinematic.
No.
It was a match. Randy Orton came dressed in like a hoodie and shorts, which I guess I can understand why they did that. From if he's just wrestling in his regular gear, no one would believe he's going to lose the matchup because you're not going to set Randy Orton on fire,
right? Skin everywhere.
You're not going to do that, right? So from a booking standpoint, to kind of play with their heads a little bit, to have him be, dressed up in this hoodie, it's like, okay, that could catch on fire. They use the stunt double, figure that out. All right, cool. So anyway, he comes out in that, the Fiend comes out, and there's no fire at first. They start fighting. Eventually the Fiend gets him out the ring, and then he does, I don't know, his best Kane impression, I guess, but in reverse, and just like raises up the flames, and there was fire everywhere. I'll be real. It was a cool visual.
It was, man.
I liked that visual of him doing that. He was like, that was his Super Saiyan up right there. He just went to over 1,000. And then we had fire everywhere. So all right. I'm like, well, this is over. Like, Randy's not winning because he's calling a fire at will. Power level. Times 10.
Oh, for real, bro. I was like, man, is this getting more powerful with the fire?
Yeah, man. I was like, wow, he's in his element right now. This is over. And he pretty much tried to, now to Randy's defense, the Fiend tried to kill him a couple times. You know, he tried.
Actual murder attempts, bro. We had a
murder attempts.
Pickaxe. And this man,
there was a pickaxe.
This man was like, oh.
I'm like, what? Randy was sitting in a chair. The Fiend put a trail of gasoline to it.
Nuts up, bro.
Tried to light him up. He took the lighter, threw it down. Randy saw it. Got up and run out the chair. You know, ran for his life. Chair set on fire. It was the rocking chair. The rocking chair that he was sitting on. And he set that on fire. So that was crazy. So towards the end of the matchup, you know, they're wrestling around the flames. They're kind of like, you know, like struggling to push each other on the flames. Finally, Randy gets the upper hand, lights the Fiend's jacket on fire. You know, his back was on fire. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he's still moving around. Yeah. I'm like, what is happening? So Randy steps away, gets to the ring. Fiend is running around. He runs into the ring, right into an RKO. I was like, that was pretty sick. I actually like that too, man.
And it's like,
that was sick.
Not only his jacket was on fire, his hair was on fire too. If you look at it, bro, like the long braids, the dreads, all that was on fire. He's running. He just realized he's on fire, running into the ring, just boom. I was like, oh,
yeah, sick. That was sick. Yeah. So love that. And then, like WWE, they just have to take everything way too far.
To the extreme.
Just like that's not enough. That's not enough. We gotta push this as far as we can go. So you got the Fiend down. They said, hey, you know, Randy's won. You know, the commentator's like, Randy won the match. Randy, he knows the rules, but he wants to leave no doubt. He's like, look, this is the excuse I'm going to give Randy Orton. The rules say you have to light your opponent on fire, or at least a piece of your opponent on fire. Now, he may have thought, you know, that was his jacket. No one's rang a bell. Let me make sure that this match is over.
He knew, man.
So he goes.
He knew. He seen Kane got on fire, just his arm, and they counted him losing like that.
This is a Firefly Inferno matchup. This isn't just like the Kane Inferno matchup. This is something different. And they said I had to light this man on fire. So I got to make sure, leave zero doubt. So he goes, gets a canister of gasoline, starts pouring it on the Fiend. I'm like, wait, what? No, they're not going to do this. And you hear the commentators. What's he doing? No, God, no. No, so stop this. You can hear
Joe's cracking me up. Like, go, God, Randy, no, Randy, what you do it? No, hold on, Randy, put the match up, Randy. Put the match.
You couldn't help but laugh, man. I'm laughing hysterically as all this happening. I said, "Are you guys? You guys are really gonna do this?" He brought the match out, and like you said, Joe's like, "No match. Put the match out. Put the match out. No, Randy, no. Oh God. And he drops the match on the Fiend, lights him on fire.
Man.
The Fiend charred up. He's burnt to a crisp.
Looking like dummy Fiend ever seen.
Oh my God. It was so obvious.
Because the stomach, bro, it was like, all right, the Fiend's stomach out here, and then we do another snapshot when we get right before he throws the match, and all of a sudden it's like this. Just flat.
His neck is pencil thin. I'm like, clearly that's not him anymore, guys. Like, okay. You tried, but
I'm like, okay,
no, man.
I'll go with it. I'll play along with it,
man. I couldn't play along, man. I just laughed. I said, wow. And then, like, again, in my mind, because I'm having fun with it when I say, okay, I'm trying to give Randy some credit, but look, man, you just committed murder. I wouldn't stand around posing after I did a murder. He did his pose. I'm like, you celebrate murder? We just witnessed a murder. What is happening?
Bro, came out the next night talking about murder, bro. I'm like, what are we doing? I want me back
They're
out here.
showing replays.
Dude. Evidence.
We're going to take a look at what the sickening act that he did. This is evidence, WWE.
Murder.
You're complicit.
Right.
You need to report. Why is he not
a homicide
in jail? Why
detective
is
should
he
literally be coming out the entrance right now.
Yeah. Hey, no, cut all of this off right now. We need this motherfucker right here in handcuffs. All right, where's the body of the Fiend? Where's the remains?
I wish Randy would have explained that.
That's evidence.
He's like, why I'm not sitting in the squad car or in the headquarters because I'm goddamn Randy Orton. That's why. Just say some shit like that. Just like.
I don't think anything he says is gonna make it better. There is no, hey, you know why I was able to commit murder on live TV and get away with it? Because I'm Randy Orton. I'm not buying that shit, man. Like, what are you talking about? This is just, man. I mean, they're trying everything they can to make Randy just be like this sick son of a bitch, just man. Like, just as evil as the Fiend. I get it, but man, I saw that. Look, it was entertaining at times for sure. But man, does the WWE like to go just that little bit extra. Like, so yeah, man, that's what we got. That's where we're at.
I instantly laughed because it's like I saw a news thread talking about, a rematch between the Tribal Chief and Kevin Owens. I'm like, he must have figured out we can kill people now. That's one reason why the Tribal Chief wants to rematch. He wants to finish Kevin Owens now. He wants to kill him.
This is where we're at. We're opening the door for all sorts.
Killing now, bro.
I can. We kill it right now. Right. Like,
there's levels to this
shit. You said, Kevin, I would have to kill you, right? Well, from what I saw on TLC, I'm missing opportunity.
Right, Randy out here burning mugs, bro. I want to kill too.
I want in on this. If he can get away with it, the Tribal Chief can get away with it.
Make it happen, Paul.
Oh man, what else is there to say, man? I mean, Alexa Bliss made a return on Raw. Which all right, cool. She came out. She's as Alexa's Playground. And she was already teasing that the Fiend, he's going to be back eventually and
bigger, badder,
different than. Yeah. So here's the question then: do you want to see the Fiend return any differently than he was before, or do you think just give him some time away and just have him come back and just be like, just get his revenge on Randy, and so just like a smart storyline, or do you think he has to change like his look or character in any way?
I don't know, because based off what the story, what they told of, Randy, of, killing the Fiend, murder. So it does open the door for Bray Wyatt to add another persona, or maybe change it a little bit for the Fiend, maybe a different mask, but it's still called the Fiend. I could see that, but I could also, like I said too, I could see him open the door for another persona as well. He can be like another Mick Foley, how he had those three personalities, man. Mankind, Dude Love, and Cactus Jack. I don't see why Bray Wyatt can do the same thing. I'm with it too. If you want, it just opens the door for another persona.
Yeah, man. I mean, the way that Alexa Bliss sold it, I feel like if we don't get some kind of change to the Fiend, then it's like, why have Alexa say what she said about him, when he does return, he's going to be just something you've never seen before. Like, now I'm expecting something different. I'm not just expecting him to come back doing the same thing with the Bray head and with the lamp and all that. And like, I wouldn't be opposed to it completely, but the setup right now is the Fiend's going to be even more dangerous, even more deadly, and maybe even be just different, or that Bray Wyatt would be different. So, I'm expecting something different. You're going to have to give us something different now. You can still, I don't know, I think the whole thing could change, like the music could change, the persona overall could change. Like everything, like you said, a whole new personality completely, for Bray when he comes back.
You think the Fiend character was too of an OP character?
So against Finn, it was perfect. Yeah. Like, if you go back and watch that, that was perfect. Against Seth Rollins is where it was a mess. That's where it was like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Just being too OP. Yeah, like, no, man. Like, that's just not okay. One time, if he, gets curb stomped and then gets up, all right. But then if he takes another one, that should
Right.
like, it takes two to put him down or something like that. You could have done that. Or like with The Undertaker, like back in the day when he would just always like sit up. Like you think you got him down, and then all of a sudden this man raises from the dead. It's like, oh shit, but it never felt like you couldn't beat him. It's just, damn, this guy is just, he's not human. You would say that, but you could get him. Stone Cold got him. I was always nervous for Stone Cold when he fought The Undertaker.
Oh, hell yeah.
Man, I don't know. But it's Stone Cold, though, so it's like, get him, Stone Cold. Then when he would, it's like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So I feel like the Fiend, they went too far with it, and then when Goldberg beating him is like, what? Now he just gets beat by Goldberg? Like, it just made no sense. So I thought he was dead. I thought the Fiend was dead right then and there, but, they did a good job in bringing him back a little bit. But overall, yeah, I feel like a little too OP.
Yeah.
If he comes back, here's the funny thing, though. The way that Alexa's talking, I think he's going to be even more powerful than he was before. So if you didn't like how OP he was before, well, I'm sorry to tell you.
Yeah, you're right.
He's going to be ridiculous now, man.
God level type.
What
shit, bro?
Yeah. The blue version of the Fiend.
Right.
He's reached God levels. Super Saiyan. Like, what? He's like Super Saiyan God. Yeah, the Fiend is a Super Saiyan God now. He's just unstoppable. He's got the whole world in his hands. Oh, man. So, yeah, man. I mean, this matchup, it was entertaining, even though, it was ridiculous in the way that they ended it, but it was entertaining. It gave me a great laugh.
It did.
This dude
It did. It was entertaining. Yeah. I wasn't bored. It was just.
No. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, we're going this extreme. We're just going to keep on going left. Wide left. Oh, man.
Wide.
I was like, okay,
exactly.
Murder.
Yeah. All right. This is what we're doing now.
This is TVPG, right? This
opens the door. I swear. Tribal Chief is like, yeah. I want me some of that. I need
set the rematch. I want to kill him.
Kevin Owens. Paul, make it happen. I got an idea.
I'm about to end this.
Yeah, right. Oh, man. So let's get to that, man. Perfect transition for our
before
main
we
event.
do, because we're kind of close at that time, that 2-minute mark. So I don't know.
Oh, man. 2 hour mark.
Yeah, should we cut it to part 2?
All right, let's cut it to part 2. So tune in for part 2. Oh, man, that's a crazy. We got everything in but that. But that's okay. Part 2, look out for it. We're going to have the last matchup, the main event. Then we'll have another conversation too around wrestling. So tune in, look out for that. But for now, that's going to do it for this recording. I still don't have a way to do this cleanly when we do these part 1s and part 2s. So I'm just kind of filling the air right now. Just saying stuff.
To side B.
Yeah, exactly. Turn over to side B.
That was perfect. That was perfect.
And
right, man. All right, guys. We see you guys on the other side for part 2 for Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief. Peace.